Okay, yeah. Hi guys. This is pretty fucking crazy because I haven't seen you guys in fucking years. For context, we all went to high school together. I fucking love both of you. I literally come back to thinking about like moments and conversations that I've had with the both of you so often. So if I haven't told you that, I haven't told you that, let me say it now. I fucking miss you guys, and you guys have definitely formed who I am as a person.
Vocalize all the way.
Yo, okay. So let's talk about this fucking song, guys.
All right.
Fucking banger. New me.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how this song came together. Tell me how the song came together.
Who's gonna start? You and me, Raph.
You can go for it. I'll take your spin.
All right. So the way it happened was Raph and I, we had been meeting up every time he stopped by Gainesville, and we were talking about, you know, either me going to Tennessee or the next time he come down, bring the equipment so that we can actually make a hit. Like we always say, make a hit. We don't speak on nothing but hits. So he ended up coming down. And I had met him.
Huge mic. Oh, that's on that side. That huge ass mic in my tiny car with my dog.
So we had.
Enormous.
So we met up at his crib, and we were running through the beats, and I was just pretty much all the songs I was just freestyling or whatever, and because the songs that I wrote, that I was writing, they were like the slow type, you know, in your feeling type songs. So Raph was like, he kept saying, make one with energy, like make a song with a lot of energy. So I'm like, all right, I'll try, you know. And I said, let's just keep flipping through beats, and messed around and heard the beat to New Me. And I don't know how in the world I even came up with it like that. It just happened, bro.
So man just starts screaming. So we both have headphones on in my mom's living room, right? We're alone in the house. And this man just starts screaming like the hook. Like he had the hook immediately. And freestyles the entire song, but my dumbass didn't hit record. So he freestyles like the perfect song basically. And I'm just dancing along like an idiot because you have to. But yeah, so I didn't hit record though. So luckily Chris remembered and we workshopped through the whole thing too. But like, it was pretty organic.
That's awesome to hear. Like, I gotta say, the fucking power falsettos at the beginning, I was not expecting them, and then it just came out of nowhere. I was like, okay, we're here in the song now. Like, fuck a build up, bro. Like, all fucking dance all day. I don't blame you for dancing the whole time, bro.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, we went ahead. It took probably like 3. I don't want to exaggerate. So probably like 3 hours of recording, or maybe 4. I don't think it was 4 really. Yeah, but like certain parts of the song, I feel he would give me some pointers to make sure the energy was high, and make sure that the notes weren't repetitive or whatnot. Which Raph was like one of the few that really can open. I don't know how he really heard some things that I didn't hear myself that could make the song better. So we both definitely put some creativity into the song quickly, and shooting like a week or so he had and got it mastered and all. So my main focus, and I believe his as well, was to make some type of song that would easily be stuck in a person's head. So, I think we did that.
Yeah.
I think so too. Speaking about the beat, Raph, I want to know how what your vision for this beat was, because it sounds like a Super Mario water level. Like, it sounds like fucking summertime. So I like all the parts of the song that came together for me. I was really shook by all of them, and I want to go down by that.
For sure. Yeah. So the beat came out. My buddy Ashton Harris is who I collab with as far as beat makers go a lot. And we've been doing a lot of internet collabs back and forth. He'll shoot out beat packs. So this sample came from something that he had already chopped and sent out. It was lower. And then I just popped it up, and I just do this thing where I hear a sample and I just make it happen. Basically, like it just occurs in that moment. And sometimes it sounds good and sometimes it doesn't. But this particular beat, like I really didn't touch it after the first time I made it. It's a lot more simple than what I usually go for. But yeah, it was just like happy tropical vibes, and then I just heard it as a super simple banger, and I just wrote it. And then months later, this was like literally 6 months ago that I made this song, never showed it to Chris or like anything like that. Months later, he just hears it for the first time, and that's what happened. So
hey, we always say what made magic though. We always
just feel like, yeah, it's just magic. It just was magical.
Yeah.
So Chris, then when you heard this song, when you heard this like summertime anthem, was your first thought like, okay, gospel hook? Like how'd you
Nah, my first thought was when I heard the bro, I didn't even think, no lie. It literally was, he played it and it went dun, 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 and I went straight to like it was literally, bro, it was no pre-planning at all. It was literally just fresh off the mind. Just come, bro, like we literally sit in the studio and just go, let the creative juices flow. We don't plan nothing. We just go straight at it.
I think we made like 6 songs that day. Like or something like that. It was like we had at least 4 or 5 drafts of different beats before we hit that. And we just like wouldn't, like we would take it so far and then wouldn't finish out the other ideas. And this was like the one that we found that we were like, we're gonna focus on this, and that's why it ended up taking 3 hours. But,
yeah. And every verse was a freestyle. It was like, he was like, all right, so we need to make another verse. I'm like, dang, another verse? Like, I don't know. I thought I was running out of stuff, like, but we kept going, and I mean, yeah, thanks to Raph, because I definitely wasn't on my high energy that day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
But my go ahead.
No, you can go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't think I made any gospel sounding songs, really. However, my goal was to just, like, when I heard that beat, I wanted to make something that kids would like. Granted, it has like 3 curse words in it, but every time a kid hear it, they started trying to sing it. So it's like, yeah. I knew kids would like it. I knew moms would like it. I knew everybody, just the majority of people. It wouldn't be too much of anything, but happiness or the upbeat sound, something you could jig to.
Hell yeah, and I think you guys did a really good job of doing that, because like the hook is so high, and then verses are like in your natural register, so it really creates like this these like 2 different they're in completely different octaves, so it sounds really cool. It sounds like there's you're the man. I'm losing my fucking wording. But what I'm trying to say is I get what you mean about the kids, because like it sounds like really like childlike and like jovial in the hooks, and then in the
ice cream trucky.
Yes, exactly. Ice cream truck sounding. I thought that was so crazy to fucking like to do off the bat. I think it's
need to ice cream trucks for free.
License it. Listen.
Really?
If the truck came outside and that was playing, I'd be so happy. I've actually heard. I think you could do that for real. I've heard J-Lo songs in ice cream trucks here in Orlando.
Dang.
What? Really?
We need the ice cream truck plug. I don't have any.
I think I have one down here.
Oh, okay.
I think
all the goods.
I think it's cool that you guys went in doing it so organically, because I feel like sometimes when people make music, they might not necessarily have fun, if you can believe it.
we return.
I want to hear what you guys, how you guys feel about like the song making process and like how you guys like have fun doing what you do.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like Chris can talk to you, so I'll take this. I mean, I think it really stems. So Chris and I lived together when he was in his senior year of high school, and I was in my first year of college going to Santa Fe. And it really just stems to us fooling around. You know, Chris and I always freestyle together. Chris is obviously a god when it comes to that. So, it's like just saying the dumbest shit, like just like the freestyles can have such like a juxtaposition of saying something that doesn't really mean anything but it's hilarious, but at the same time it like means a lot. And knowing your musical influences, Chris, like I think that's a very like being on the Young Thug and like Lil Wayne side of the world of rhyming and lyricism. Like there's this weird interconnectivity of the jovial and happy and not serious with things that like are very serious, but they approach at so many angles. And I think for me, you know, you hear the lines and it's just like you just start smiling and start laughing, and that energy just like goes. And it kept up like
the whole time. But after we kept going ham, we sat down and listened to it, and we were like, oh my god. But when it comes down to what was the question again?
Like having fun, just like how do you make sure that like when you're gonna like make a song, like you're like, okay, listen, I'm gonna have.
Oh, it's definitely not this. It's like the pressure was built up because I don't record. And that was my third time ever recording. The first time was in Orlando. The second, then I was featured on a track. The second time I was in the trap house in Gainesville recording somebody's closet, and it was a nice song, but it just wasn't up to my standard. And with this one, it was like this Raph. I haven't recorded in like 2-3 years. I already knew Raph was gonna bring some pressure because I had heard something. So I'm like, all right, yeah, this song, I don't know if I listen to the right one, I'm going ham. So once the moment came, bro, and it was just Raph and I, we don't act out in public, but behind closed doors, bro, we're like whole kids all over again. So like, it's just, I look at Raph as like my equal when it comes down to music, because if I say Raph, I have a sound in my head and it sounds like this, I know Raph can actually bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know, bro. I was so excited because I knew we were gonna make something that was like hit worthy. I believe it could possibly be a hit. I'm gonna say it's a hit. You know what I'm saying?
It is a hit.
I really believe it's a hit. But I just knew that was gonna happen. So with me being excited for that, I was just turned, bro. Like I literally sitting listening to the song, like just going ham. No cool composure.
Jumping around and yelling at the top of our lungs. Like,
yeah, bro. Like really. And after after I heard the quality of his beats, that's what made me turn up. Automatically heard the beats that knew me. The other bird had me lit. Oh yeah, Raph is there. You could just keep going. So it's just really easy, bro. It's like a whole adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Like I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you guys have like this like really awesome working relationship where you can make music and be confident that you're gonna have like a good time and that you're gonna like make something that you enjoy.
Oh yeah,
definitely. And I'm kind of hard when it comes to like people telling me, all right, I'm very defensive over my music, like anything that comes out of my head. But Raph is, first of all, he's that brother that if he gotta tell me something, even if he know it might rub me wrong, he gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did a few times with the music, but it made it better. Like it actually made it better, bro. I mean,
I tip my hat to you, Raph, for real. Tip my hat to you.
Too kind. The only thing I'll claim is the blue crabs like it's cocaine line. That's the only thing I'll claim.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was me though.
It was like you need to
That's
say
just
something.
sick. Like
I was like, oh snap! That.
What's the line? Blue what? Like it's cocaine?
flipping
I
blue
said-
crabs like it's cocaine.
Yeah. I said something about Luke Kane.
Blue cane with the blue flame.
On the
that
propane.
Yeah.
Blue crabs like it's cocaine. Yeah.
I just gave up selling cocaine. I just got
Yeah, I got way too damn tired.
sick.
Hey, and by the way, all the lyrics in this song, they're very like true.
Yeah.
The freestyle was from the heart, man. It's very true. All you
We're
have
still
to do.
working on the new Benz though. We're trying to get the new Benz out of
Yeah, gotta get the new Benz and Mama the Audi.
Yeah, I was literally gonna ask you that. I have it here. I was like, did you buy your mom an Audi?
I wish.
sick.
Not yet.
Still working on that one. Shout out.
That's what she want though. She want the Audi. That's the car.
Yeah.
That's her dream car.
Yeah. That's good. It's in the works. It's coming.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah. Let's switch it over this question I got real quick. Tell me about this art, because it looks clean, dude.
Yes, bro.
Like I heard the song, I was bumping, and then yesterday I saw the cover art. You had it like animated, looking
Yes, sir.
like Lupin the Third out here. Tell me about this art real quick.
Yeah, so my buddy Walter, his Instagram is at WallyPSD.
Wally P.
He's crazy, bro. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And he'll like play himself down too, but he can whip up that stuff. Like the cover art, I was just like, yo, I want to be like both of us in a cool ass car with like money and chains and flexing, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's all I said. Like I wanted it to be cool, and he was able to like pretty accurately capture both of us. And then the idea for the car just kind of bumping down the road, I kind of threw it at him, and you know, I don't know. He
made it come to life.
The true homie. So like he just made it happen, even though he was busy. He made it happen on the timeline, and like, dude, I'm so stoked. I've never had an artist collaborate like that on music before, and it just worked out. It just worked out so well. So yeah, dude, Walter is the guy. I mean, he's really busy right now, but to anyone listening, like, hit that man up.
Yeah. I mean, he did it like drop of a dime too.
The first sketch happened, like, we got back home from, I got back home from Gainesville on Sunday, and I was like, Wally, I need art for this, basically. Like, it has to happen within the next couple so we can upload it. And he had it done by Saturday. Like, so it occurred. It occurred quickly.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I honestly think that he did a fantastic job, because like, let me tell you guys, like, the way that he drew both of you guys in the car, like, I just think he got you guys as your vibe and your personality
Yeah.
really well.
Give me a lot of chest hair. I don't have quite that much yet.
And you too, Chris. Like, I feel like the way you were like you're like sitting like up on top. I don't know. I wanted to stand about the art real quick, because I was just like,
Yeah.
Bro,
like, bro.
Like, come on, that's for normal.
Swanky. You know what's crazy though? I can never get in the car without putting my foot on the dash, like on the actual like dashboard.
Oh, you got to put your feet up.
I always have to. I guess because I'm so tall. Like my mama always frets because I put my shoes on at night, and I have to catch myself in anybody else's car because I always do it. So it's very accurate, for real. And I keep shades on my face too.
Always. All right. Well, do you guys gonna do that for a music video? Would you do that for a music video? Would you try to recreate that art?
I mean,
Probably way more than that. I mean, it's Fernando and I, so we're gonna do some extravagant type stuff.
It's
For the art.
Fernando. That was like a beat tag.
I know.
I would love
I have a bad habit of calling him by his real name.
I do love, like, Gorillaz definitely had a huge influence. And I mean, rap and animation has gone kind of hand in hand for a really long time. And I would love to explore that idea though. That would be really tight.
Yeah, it would. Slide on a mountain. Oh, we can do that in Tennessee. You were all the mountains there.
Wow.
Down this
Nashville trip.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
So what's next? What's next for y'all? Do you guys want to like keep putting out? How do you feel about like putting out music? Like, I don't know. How do you feel like how music is put out nowadays? Because like I feel like in the past there was like a big pressure to put out like whole projects, right? And then we had like people putting out singles, and that kind of got normalized. And then now so like how do you guys feel about putting out music now that like it's like now that you're here and you're doing it, like how do you want to like continue what you're doing, like your momentum or whatever?
I think we're gonna end up doing a real project
At some point.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, we're both busy, like super good.
However,
Let's like catch each other, and I feel like if this song does what we're hoping,
Rock and I from the beginning always said that we would like, I would be loyal to music, like guards all the way down, and which means we really want to make it together. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the best thing, well, not the best, we're gonna end up doing, this is my opinion, is if this song does what it's supposed to do, we'll probably like pop in the studio and make a few songs and drop them all together and just really make it happen. Yeah, singles. Like I only like singles so much. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the main factor that's holding us back from making more music is just distance. Just being so far out. So every time I'm gonna be in Gainesville, we'll make a new track. Like that'll be no questions about that. And I think that will keep it single oriented for the time being. But I would love to do. I think the EP is something that a lot of musicians are kind of under appreciating right now. I think there's a lot of pressure that we see from Billboard artists that are putting out these 20-song albums, sometimes 2 20-song albums in the matter of 2 months. And the style is just becoming kind of watered down in a way, or like just lacking pizzazz, if you will, like lacking that extra little touch of like inspiration. It feels so forced, And I think if you keep it in an EP setting, 4 to 6 songs, it's really easy to control your vibe and control like what your effect is if you kind of keep it a little more streamlined.
And they always forget the supply and demand.
Yep.
Supply and demand applies to everything. That's why I personally could not drop a song every week. I couldn't drop a song every month. I want people to sit on it and be a little anxious. My favorite rapper is Jay-Z. Jay-Z gonna drop a song like once every 3 to 5 years. And every time he dropped, like, no one can ever say he fell off. Like, he can never say it.
And it's because he maintains that supply and demand. It's not just like, oh, we're gonna like throw out like 30 songs just to have 30 songs to stream and then come back.
Yeah.
Well, you have clout and you have all the industry backing you, then you can actually get streams on some music that you just decide to kind of chop together. But us little people out here.
Yeah. All right. So then I guess my last question is like, what's something that you would want to do musically that you haven't done yet? Like, what's something that you would like, you haven't done, but you've always wanted to try as far as like, doing songs?
You start off.
I think playing, like, being the producer, I get to stand behind the boards, right? So like, I want to DJ for one of my friends that like, it just has a fat ass crowd, you know what I mean? And just has a great time. Like, I don't know. That's one thing. Just playing to a couple thousand people, or however big X crowd you can put in that number. Because the energy on stage is like is just kind of what makes me live to continue making music. It's been hard through this coronavirus stuff. Like, I was DJing more and more right before everything kind of started happening, and that was kind of making my juices flow a lot more. But yeah, get back out on stage and just have fun with a friend in front of a bunch of people, and have them have fun too.
I get that. Like, definitely, like the excitement when you're like with a group of people, that definitely like contributes to like how you're feeling. Like it's like tangible.
100%.
Yeah. Do you feel the same way, Chris?
What I really want to do, I'm not eager to make an album, but I want to make an LP. The LP is like a shorter version of an EP, correct?
It's the longer.
Okay, I want the EP then. But I want to make an EP with like more than one genre on it.
Every time I go like to record or whatever, I never say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a hip hop or I'm gonna make a rap or an R&B." I just make whatever, because like my musical, the people I look up to in the game would be, other than Jay-Z, would be Prince. You know what I'm saying? A person that didn't have a box to play in. I want to just create a new sound, almost like fusion music or something like that, to attract different crowds. Black, whites, Asians, Hispanics, all of them.
Hell yeah. I think that's like one of the cool parts about like living in like 2020 now, is that like there's so much like more fusion than like when we were younger. I feel like there was like a time where, I don't know, this sounds like another world now, but like there was a time where I remember like like there were a lot of people who did not like hip hop at all. Like it was like, oh, that's not real music. And now like that's that's the genre, right?
Genre for sure.
Man. Yeah.
So I definitely think that's awesome, because that's like what people want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something out the box, man. Something out the box, truly.
I think with a voice as versatile as yours, like you can really like see that into fruition, you know?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. I try to allow my voice to just be an instrument.
And then Raph, you're able to so Raph, when you get an instrument like Chris's voice, do you feel like you got to do anything with it, or do you like I guess what I'm asking is like,
I think it's a situation by situation thing, but like on New Me, for instance, only the mastering engineer did some slight tuning, but like I didn't have to touch it really. You know, you put your effect chain on it and like make it sound, but like, I mean, Chris has the gold, you know, like you don't have to do anything to it, so
yeah.
It makes my job a lot easier for sure. I just make them record a million takes and then I take them.
I know, right? Oh my God. But the good thing is, I would never record a song that I can't do live.
Ooh, I like that.
Chris, I mean, he sang all of it. There's no auto tune on that. Like,
and you can hear it. You can hear it. Like it's like so full. It's like so full. Like because sometimes you can be like, okay, here's my full, like my chest voice, and then like here's the falsetto, and like I know if I sing a falsetto, it's gonna sound like I'm like airy or something, right? But like yours are just like Chris's are just, bro. Yours are full. Like they are like all of the fucking wavelengths are there, all the harmonics are there, dude.
And you know what's crazy? I gotta take something back real quick. I said that it didn't have a gospel sound on it, but if you listen to like the background sounds, I was literally like remembering the vocals of like mothers of my headquarters church, pastors singing. Bro, that's the female voice that you.
This man was straight like just bringing it in my living room. I wish I would have taken more videos. I have to take more videos next time, because it was That was
It
hilarious.
was amazing.
This
Yeah,
man
it was-
started doing it out of nowhere too. Like I thought he was gonna rap on some takes, and he just started going. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
okay.
the
Yeah, same. Like even like there was a point where I thought like there was a point where like I was like, okay, damn, like we've capped as high as like you're gonna sing, and then you like harmonize with yourself even higher, and I'm just like, damn, like that's
Oh,
just
you
like,
heard it?
yeah, I heard it. No, yeah, like in like the second hook, I was like, okay, yeah, like we've already passed this threshold. It's time to explode out here, and then you're just like, woo! I was like, okay, whoa, surprise we did.
I want to exceed the expectations, man. I want to exceed the expectations.
Yeah.
I can't let myself lose the falsetto, man. I gotta keep it.
Well, it sounds healthy. It sounds like you have.
Yes, yes. And that'll come from me not saying like what I do. When I knew Raph was coming, I recognized that if I end up overusing my voice and then I go hoarse, it'll take me about a week. But once my voice comes back, it's like it's exactly how I want it. I'm not even gonna lie. And it sounds unhealthy, but that's just exactly what I have.
Must be nice to be blessed, you know? This must be so great. Like,
there, we wish. Yeah. Okay. So what? My last question I'll ask you guys is what's your favorite part of the song? Like what's like the tidbit, the fucking genius trivia, fucking that you want to be like. Watch out
Did
for
I
this.
freeze? Did y'all freeze? Hold on.
Right here. Ooh, you see me?
No. What happened?
Can you hear us?
oh,
We'll start with it.
Somebody's connection is off. Hello, hello, hello.
we hear you, bro.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
You might need to disconnect and reconnect.
that's okay.
I'll shoot him a text real quick.
Sorry. Oh god. You really did make an earworm.
Yeah, I mean, it was all. When I heard Chris sing that part the first time, it was just the right one, you know? Like, I don't know. It's the type of song, I haven't been part of a song that, like, somebody can just hear it one time and then you'll be chilling with them a little later and they're just like, you know, just like, like singing along to it right afterwards. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a blessing in itself. Like to have a song worth singing along to or worth humming again is like, I've produced for 6 years trying to get to that. So this was one of my more simple things. So I think that might be a lesson in its own right. But
Yeah.
You were asking favorite part of the song, right?
Yeah. What's your
Chris, or should I just answer it?
I mean, you can answer it if you want, and then we can still wait for Chris.
Okay. I think the second verse, even though it's short, it's such a build up part. I really like that. Oh, there he is.
Hey, you back?
You have to connect to audio.
All right, I be sounding like an old man.
Boomer. Big boomer Chris.
Okay.
What was the last question?
Oh, so we're talking about your favorite parts and Raph of the song that you want people to make sure that you want to shout out, and Raph is talking about the second verse. What were you talking about second verse, Raph?
What was the second verse?
Yeah. I got my shit in my wallet.
Oh, I love that part.
Yeah, I like that part. It just very is like Chicago sound to me, and I like that a lot. The other part that I think is hilarious, Journey and I both think is hilarious, is the second part of the first verse. Chris says, I got some new friends. I just woke up in some new skin. And I just wonder, like, how do you wake up in new skin? You know, like, hey, I woke up and the largest organ on my body is brand new. I just think that shit's hilarious.
Let me think of I think my favorite part would, number one, of course, be the 3-part harmony when I had went up on the octave. The I got my new, you know, at the ending. And I think this is my favorite part because I was shocked that it came together like this. But for all the people that know Mortal Kombat, well, I always fight with Liu Kang. I never, ever since I was a kid on the first PlayStation, I never played with anybody else but Liu Kang. So when I said I'm so mad I cannot remember the lyrics right now. But
is it I got a new game, never switch, Luke Kane?
Yes. And then I went with the blue flame on the propane, flipping blue crowds like it's cocaine. Like, I just got way too damn tired. It's literally.
I'm a switch up. Give me Liu Kang with the blue flame.
I won't switch up. I won't switch up. Give me Liu Kang with the blue flame. There it is. So I like that part simply because it's true. I never switch up in I never switch up in that game. I'm always keep Liu Kang. I'm never gonna switch up being me. You know what I'm saying? And then I say with the blue flame on the propane for the blue car, like it's cocaine. It's so wrong, bro. It just blows my mind. I was like, oh my God, you did that. And the fact that I did stop selling drugs. So it's like, you graduated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I said I just got way too damn tired. It just really speaking the truth on how I felt about it. You know what I mean? Didn't want to do it. Just had to pay my bills at the time, you know? So it's just, I love it. I always like play that part back for some reason.
You feel good.
Yeah. And also the part that Ross said, I love that. I got my shit. I love that part.
Yeah, I think
I can't listen to the song without doing the shoot.
I was telling Raph before the call. I was saying y'all better put this shit on TikTok so I can do a little dance to it, okay?
Bro, we were talking about that.
That's the target market, bro. We gotta go to kids.
Please make one.
I absolutely will. I'm gonna send it to you.
Sorry.
I've already been practicing because the fucking delay on like, I got my new whip. God, like I was like, okay, we're back. I already see the vision.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sergio, you still get turned like when you be dancing and stuff.
Anytime I get a chance, hell fucking yeah. Catch you when these clubs open back up.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yo. Okay, guys. I want to thank you so much for talking to me this morning. I'm so fucking stoked that you guys are collaborating and putting out music. Like, I am always watching when you guys do stuff, and it's so inspiring. It inspires me to keep doing stuff that I want to do. And I just, I miss you guys. I've had an amazing conversation with you guys today. And do you guys have anything you guys want to say before we go?
I appreciate you for the opportunity. I mean, you definitely, before we even dropped the song, you got us feeling, I know for me, you got me feeling like a real, you know, like I'm ready to make it right now, you know. I really appreciate it though. I don't feel like, I feel like I've already escaped the little local bubble because you know how Gainesville music is. You'll end up being stuck in this little swampland. So I feel like you, with your support, you're kind of opening up the door for us to be heard by the right people, possibly.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. Thank you.
Did it freeze again?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. I can hear y'all.
Thank you for making this happen so quickly, bro. I really appreciate it. Like, it's so sick. It's so sick, and it's good to have a conversation that it feels like no time has passed too. you know, and just have some smiles. I think it's such a weird time right now, for all of us, and for people that we love. You know, I think it's kind of a cool thing that this song is contrast to that as well, like is contrast to the times, but also like reflects on the story of somebody who has lived through part of those times, you know, or has lived through a lot of that. And I don't know. I think that this song and New Me is a little bit bigger than just what like the words say it is. I think it is just like meant to be joyous, you know, and a bit of light. I think that there's not a lot of light in music in general right now. There's a lot of sadness, obviously, as a reflection of the times, or just as a reflection of how trends are going right now. But yeah, like I'm glad that like it'll bring some smiles to people, you know. Like I think that's the main thing. It makes everyone laugh when they hear that hook for the first time.
Yep. Every person I played it for, they always start either laughing or smiling. The whole thing, well, what I play for them, and they love it. Then they hate me because it's stuck in their head.
Yeah. I'm happy. Other people are. I'm happy you're seeing that. Like. I'm happy you're seeing that reaction, because it's for sure true. Like that, I felt the exact same way. Like Raph told me, Raph was like, "I'm gonna send you the song. I think you're gonna like it." I was like, "I already know I'm gonna like it. Hell yeah, duh, of course." And I played. I was like, "Oh," wait, oh. Is my depression over? Okay, heard.
New Me. You don't need med. Just New Me a few times every day.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
You wake up, New Me. You gotta listen to it. Motivation.
My alarm in the mornings.
Yeah. Look up at your new skin. Go look in the mirror.
I'm molted. I'm here.
Star.
Yeah, man.
All right, yo. Thank you guys so much. Where can everybody find New Me? Where that shit gonna be at?
Everywhere. It'll be everywhere tomorrow at noon, whatever time you live in.
Great.
Any time zone, everywhere. And then shout out your socials. Where can people find you and see what you're doing more? See more of what you're doing.
Go ahead, Raph. You first.
Yeah. So my Instagram is at ITSRVPH. Like I made it really complicated for everybody. So it's RVPH.
And mine is at C major with the 0. So it's Cmaj0r. And I don't know if it's Hopkins at the end on my Instagram, but C major, Cmaj0r should get you to me. Sweet. On social media. Did it freeze again?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
I like how he poses everything.
Hey, did y'all hear me or did it freeze?
No, we heard you, bro.
Yeah, we heard you. And he's like,
Did y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear
Can
you.
you? Oh, okay. It's like freezing on my hand. Okay. I'm back in.
No worries. Okay, guys.
So did I give you the right one? I said the right thing?
It's at C Major Hopkins is you.
Okay, perfect. I knew Raph would be able to find
Great.
it.
All right, yeah. You
Thank
already
you, sir.
here. Of course. Thank you guys for talking to me. I had such a fucking time, and I'm like so fucking like stoked that I could like, you know, talk to you guys about it. Hell yeah. I'm lit. I don't know. I'm if I'm stuttering, it's because I'm fucking nervous, because I'm so happy, because I'm just like, oh my god, I need to fucking talk to these guys about the song.
I'm happy. This is a great start to my day.
I got my new whip, you know what I'm saying?
I got my new whip, new jeans.